Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome back to Chicken Tenacity.
Episode 3.
I'm bleeding out of my
The lady part?
The lady parts.
The lady parts.
So I'm a little on the edge.
Welcome to being a woman. Welcome to being a woman.
Okay, so welcome back to Chicken Tenacity.
Howdy.
Today we're going to be talking about our favorite TikTokers.
Yeah.
And giving you the breakdown so we can tag them and give them a shout out.
Yeah.
But before that, let's catch up on our week.
Yeah. This week sucked.
It's election week.
It was election week, so very upset by the results. I cried a lot on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday.
I cried Wednesday morning.
Yeah. It's not my favorite day.
The dread sunk in.
Yeah, the dread just gets a little worse and worse every day. Partially, I watch too much news and TikTok, so that's part of my problem. But, it is what it is. I don't want to say it is what it is, because I don't think that's correct. But other than that, we had a good weekend. We had a busy weekend. I was dog sitting, so I got to hang out with 2 fluffy white dogs, and they were super sweet. And that was awesome. Where I stayed was really nice. It was kind of like a little vacation. I loved it. It was very nice. Big, nice king-size bed that was really comfy. And
you said it was very beige.
So I know, I loved it. It was very mentally calm and decorated really well, and it was really nice. What about you? What was your weekend? What were some of the highlights of your weekend? Squirrel.
My weekend. I wrote it down this time because I often forget what the hell happens.
Yeah.
Well, before the weekend was Thursday, and I went on my first date.
Oh, that's right.
In a while, and it was good.
Good.
Yeah. I had a great conversation, and
that's fantastic.
Delicious dinner.
Yay.
Yeah. And
Did you have anything good to eat?
I had it was pasta with bolognese. I never say that right. Bolognese. Bolognese.
Bolognese.
With some ricotta on top. And the appetizer we got was oh shoot, I'm forgetting the name of this new cheese that people are ordering.
Burrata?
Burrata.
Burrata.
He described it very well. It's like under-processed mozzarella. Yeah.
But it tastes even better.
I actually like mozzarella better.
I love burrata. My favorite pasta that I had in London was burrata. It was a truffle burrata.
Is there anything else on it? It was just oil pasta with burrata mix.
It had a little red tomato basil sauce, but it was truffle burrata, and it was so
good.
I have a friend that is a chef, as one of her many jobs and activities / brewer, and she made me a copycat version, and it was delicious.
I always want to think she's my aunt, but she's my dad's cousin, so I guess she's my cousin.
Yeah.
Shout out Jen. She made us a really yummy pasta when I was in New Mexico last, and it was pasta with sausage, mushroom, bell pepper, and burrata. I don't think there was anything else in it. Seasonings, of course, but it was so good. It was so simple.
Yeah. That's the best thing about pasta is it can be so simple. It's just really good flavors.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you like olive oil.
Yeah.
If you like just a olive oil to moisten your palate.
Moisten your palate. So your date was super fun. You said it was a good conversation. Was there anything specific that stood out, or anything other than just being a good time?
No, he's going to watch this, so I'm going to be vague, but we had a good time. Shout out to you. You know who you are. Yeah, it was really nice. I think we're going to make plans for this coming week.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be super fun.
I would like to go ahead and apologize that he knows that I've taken some space to be alone, but I've communicated that, so that's sweet. And then Friday, I realized as I was writing this that there's another show that I forgot to tell you about, and it's the Great British Baking Show. And new episodes come out every Friday.
So I'll put it on for next week, so watch we're watching.
Yeah, I love that show. So every Friday, new episode comes out, and I watch it on Friday evenings. So I did that, and I edited last week's podcast.
Fun. Super fun. I don't even remember what I did Friday, to be honest. I feel like I just Oh, I was gonna have a panic attack. So I got really overwhelmed because I worked from home, or I worked from the apartment that I was dog sitting at, and I got overwhelmed because I got off work, and I immediately was like, I need to read for a few minutes and like calm down because my work day wasn't very good. I was like, let me read for a little bit, and calm down. And then it was like 6 o'clock, and I hadn't eaten anything since breakfast.
Oh, God.
So I was like, okay, well, I need to eat something. And then I was like, well, I have to make food for tomorrow. We had Friendsgiving the next day. I was like, oh, I'm going to make 2 desserts. So I was like, let me go make 2 desserts. But I'm not at home, so I have to go get everything from home to do. And then I had to go to all my clothes for the weekend and all that fun stuff. So by the time I got to my house, it was like 8 o'clock, and I hadn't eaten still. And I was just stressed out. So I got to Publix, and I decided it was either my mental breakdown or buy desserts. So I bought desserts this time, very unlike me, and I bought something instead of making it. And then I went back to the apartment and read and vegged out while I could, and then, I made that decision.
I'm glad for you.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
I'm actually upset that I didn't eat any of your desserts that you bought.
It's okay.
I really wanted a piece of that fruit tart.
I ate enough banana bread with chocolate chips for everybody.
And I ate an Oreo ball. It was yummy. And I'd like to know if it was made out of Oreos or if they used chocolate cake and called it an Oreo ball.
Interesting. I can ask. I'll ask the next time I see her. Yeah. I need to learn how. I think, unfortunately, I don't like bananas. Not my vibe. Like, I don't like bananas, but banana bread.
I'm going to make you some banana bread.
Oh my God.
I had like the tiny piece that I got from you, but I didn't really get to taste the banana bread.
I mean, it just was bread with chocolate, so I guess I can't. It's nothing exciting, but it was really, really good. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Saturday we had Friendsgiving. So we went over to our friend's parents' house. Their parents were out of town, so we got to host and hang out with everybody.
See some people we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Eat some good food. Hannah's belly's popping.
Gregor's.
So that was fun. And we got to hang out with everybody else, and it was super exciting.
And I got to try onion pudding, which is not pudding. It is actually a bowl of onions.
Interesting. I did not eat the onion pudding.
I love onions, so I was all for it.
Yeah.
But I was envisioning pudding, but have you ever had bread pudding?
No.
It's more like, I don't think I have either actually, but it's more like that.
Like that?
Where it's not congealed.
Interesting.
My brain.
I mean,
but it was chopped onions and soggy crackers.
I can imagine it's just, I don't think I would have liked it. So.
Do you like onion? Like just straight up onion?
Not really.
You wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah. I mean, it's very Midwest seeming. It seems like it's a very Midwest type of meal.
I would like to know who made it.
I think it was the guy with the glasses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jeffrey Dahmer lookalike?
Yeah.
I mean that.
In a nice way.
In a nice
the glasses.
Way. He's a nice guy, but he definitely looked like he may have seduced somebody and murdered him.
Oh my God. Yeah, so.
The glasses.
Yeah, so we had that.
Not the personality.
Yeah. Tyler and Hannah did ask me. I'm a recovering picky eater. So I'm constantly trying to try new things. And when I'm with Tyler and Hannah, our friends, I normally eat something new with them. I've had a hot dog with them for the first time. I've had Indian food. So they asked me what my new food was this time, which was I tried rotisserie chicken for the first time. So exciting.
I'm so surprised that was your first time eating rotisserie.
Freaked me out. I don't like the bones. What
was the verdict?
It tasted fine. I just had to get the piece that wasn't touching bone or tendon or anything gross. Okay. But it was good.
Good thing you didn't have to break down the carcass.
That's why I can't eat wings either. They kind of freak me out still.
Flashbacks.
And you like wings.
I do.
Yeah.
But it took me a while.
Yeah. So we did that Saturday afternoon, and then Saturday night our friend Lexi's birthday was going on. So we surprised her and went to down south, about an hour from where we are. Went to her house and surprised her, got her boyfriend in on it, and showed up. Brought her balloons and flowers.
Took a little walk on the beach, got dinner.
Had some slushy margaritas. Yeah, I guess margaritas or slushy wine, I guess was the right thing. Slushy wine.
So you had lemon.
I had lemon because I'm allergic to red dye, so I can't trust anything. So lemon was good though.
The lemonade.
Yeah, it was like a lemonade.
And I'm
Kind of just
guessing a white
tasted.
wine.
It just kind of tasted, I guess, like lemonade, like a more sugary version of lemonade, maybe. What'd you get?
I got raspberry lemonade, and it tasted like sweet red wine. And it was good, and I got nowhere with it. I wish I would have drank it more.
Yeah, no, I didn't even finish on mine.
Brain freeze was so painful.
He almost died from a brain freeze. Like, I really think you might have almost died.
I felt it in my spine. I was like, this is killing me.
And then I started getting it, but it wasn't as bad as yours. Yours was, like, debilitating.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was very painful.
And then Sunday, to be honest, I did not feel good. I canceled the plans that I had because I was feeling a little under the mental weather, and I stayed home and read and did some podcast stuff. We met up for a few minutes to work over some podcast things. And yeah, that was what I did on Sunday. Did you do anything exciting on Sunday?
Sunday, I didn't want to go to church, but did. And I was actually glad that I went.
Yeah.
I don't really... okay, so we're supposed to be going over Genesis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he actually did talk about Genesis this week instead of his own personal agenda. So that was nice. So I went to church, and it was all right. And we got burgers. Me and Mom got burgers from Culver's, and they were good.
Yeah.
And we got a free ice cream because the sweet man who works there told me that there was a survey on the back.
And you did the survey?
And
you got an ice cream?
Named the guy.
That's nice.
Got the flavor of the day, which was blueberry cobbler. And it just tasted like vanilla ice cream with
a little blueberry?
A little blueberry syrup and some granola.
And
it was all right. It was good because it was free.
We love free.
And then after that, I hit you up. You were kind of like getting out of your nap.
Yeah.
A nap.
I took a nap at 11 a.m. I don't know why I'm so tired. I don't know what is going on, but I woke up at like 8, like a normal person, and then I was like, I fell asleep at like 11 for like 30 minutes. I was like, well, whatever. Okay. I went back to sleep.
I was glad because I then took my butt out to the beaches, and I wanted to see the surfing contest.
Yeah.
But traffic was crazy. So I left that area immediately and drove down to just outside Ponte Vedra and parked my butt on the beach with a chair, and it was
fun.
Wonderful.
Good.
It wasn't too cold. It was very windy. I got to watch one of those windsurfer people.
I saw the video, yeah. So, we're scarred from last week.
I sat there and I journaled.
It's fantastic.
It had been a couple of days since I journaled, and then I read Mist and Fury.
Yeah, I added that. We have our weekend update I have all of our pictures up, so that'll be super fun. That's so much good.
And I treated myself to a hot Starbucks caramel macchiato.
Oh, I love it.
And I put my Tommy Bahama chair on my back. Is it Tommy Bahama? Yeah. And I just felt great.
Good. Yeah. I did a little shopping yesterday for like last minute trip stuff, and then did my laundry today, so I gotta go upstairs and finish packing. Ooh.
I know you leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time?
5 in that. Or well, my flight is at 6. I get off work at 2:30.
Okay.
So I'll come back home real fast and.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe that you didn't just request the day off.
I don't really have the time, and I think they would have been picky about it. So I just am doing what I have to do.
It'll work.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I don't really care.
You're just going to Canada.
I'm going to Detroit, and then I'm going to Canada.
Are you staying the night in Detroit?
Yes, so I'll be there Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and I think Thursday we leave for Canada. We're going to Canada Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You're flying in or driving in?
Driving in.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll drive over the border.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah. We have our concierge, or our driver. Corky's going to be our driver.
Okay.
So we're going to see Taylor Swift. I'm very excited.
I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see videos and pictures.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Yeah.
Bring me back like a leaf from Canada.
A leaf? I would like a leaf. Yeah, I'll see what I can figure out. Maybe I need to buy like at least a magnet or something. Do you like magnets?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like other tchotchkes?
I have my personal fridge right now.
Oh, well.
Actually, a leaf is actually more my style.
Okay.
You'll bring me like a rock or a leaf.
A rock? I could do a rock probably.
Like a tiny rock?
Yeah, I can find a tiny rock.
Especially if it's like fun shaped.
Yeah. I can find a rock probably. I like
Why does a rock seem more probable than a leaf? You just seemed more like open to bringing.
I think a leaf would be harder to get back because it would get crunched.
You'd stick it in your book.
Well, yeah, but I don't have a book.
You don't? Oh, you're a Kindle girly.
Yeah, not really a book. I'll probably bring this book, but
That's
yeah,
a rock. I like rock.
I think a rock would be easier to travel back with than a leaf because I feel like the leaf could break and then crumble, and then a rock I could just hurl at somebody.
Oh yeah,
if I need to.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So that was our update.
Yay! So let's go into our TikToks.
I broke mine down into categories, but I'd like you to lead the way.
Okay. Well, you have categories. I'm ready for categories. Give me some categories and let's see.
So,
lifestyle, entertainment.
I think I'm gonna switch over to like a Minnesotan, Massachusetts accent.
The two different accents.
I know. I don't know what this is, but I'm feeling
kind of Minnesota.
Minnesota.
It's definitely not Boston. Boston, you really gotta talk the con habit.
Do you know Miss Castellan from 7th grade? Miss Castellan.
I don't remember.
She's from Massachusetts.
I don't remember that.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna be a weirdo today because my brain's just not functioning. So
mental health.
I think we'll be good if I just pretend to be somebody else.
Yes.
So first, I wrote down all my TikTokers that I seem to watch the most.
Yeah.
And then I categorized them into 3 categories: lifestyle, entertainment, and education.
Education.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's how
I'm really intrigued to see how long this is going to last.
I hope this doesn't kill anybody.
It's starting to sound like a cartoon now.
If the guy I went on a date was watching this, it's also part of my personality. So you start the way, honey bunny.
Okay. Mine's kind of all over the place. I kind of just started throwing people's names down that I'm really intrigued by. I guess I'll do a couple of my like really random ones.
Yeah, I like random.
So one of them that's my favorite lately, her name is, I actually don't know if I know her name off the top of my head. I tried to write notes for some of these. Meet Me in the Media Center. And this is about a middle school librarian. She's a middle school librarian, and she does something she calls the book return game. So she will be like, today's season 2 episode of the book return game. And she does the whole, if it chimes, it's on time. If it bonks, it's late. If there's a ding, there's a hold, and it's a whole thing. And she says it, and it's really cute. So she just goes through what the books are that are in their book return. And she's like, we have this many late, we have this many late, we have this many lost. Here's a late, here's a book on hold. How exciting. And she gets so excited about every single book that's on hold. And then she also fixes the books. So you'll see that they'll come apart on the edges, or like the whole spine will come off. And she's like, oh, we get to do toasty books. So she takes the book and she puts glue inside of it. And then she has a book warmer that she puts inside a parchment paper and puts in, and it closes up and like melts the glue. And she takes it out and she goes, oh, it's so warm and toasty. Oh, it's so warm and toasty.
I gotta see this.
She's so cute. I love her so much. And she's just like a really bright light, and especially in the age we live in when there's so many books that are banned, like, and that's becoming such a thing, to see somebody so in love with books. And I love books, and I loved books as a kid. And to see so many options for books, and that so many kids are taking out books. Like, they took out 1,700 last month.
Oh my god!
That they like took out and read, like her whole and read.
Meant, like, banned.
No. I don't know, but no, like the kids took 1,700 books. That was the amount of books, like the highest they've had. And so it's super cute to kind of see that. And she also has like a book wish list that if people send her books all the time, she's a care closet that she doesn't really show anything of that stuff because it's like more personal items. If the kids need food, I think, and like personal hygiene items, they don't show that just because to give them some privacy. You don't ever see kids or anything. But sometimes she'll get books from school years ago that kids graduated high school and brought a book back, or sometimes they'll send another book for an elementary school and she'll send that book back to them. And if she has too many of one book, she'll send it out to other schools and donate to them. So there's even a person the other day who sent a book in from Jacksonville. Like, it was somebody from Germany sent in a book. Like, it's really cool to see everybody do that. And I just really enjoy her.
They borrowed a book from a library, but they're sending it back to this person.
Yeah, sometimes they do that. Like, and because they have an in school, like an in county mail system. So if like a kid just wants to return the book back to a school, she can send it to them and she can send it through the in-school system, or maybe they sent it. It has to be like in the school district, I'm sure. But
you said somebody from Jacksonville.
So like that bought her books, like Amazon books, like bought her books, like books from Germany. She has a very big Spanish section, so they're building up the Spanish section. So they're doing that kind of stuff. And I just really enjoy it, and it's really good ASMR. Like it kind of is like it's got a noise to it, and it's just like I enjoy listening to it, and she's really fun. So she's one fun one that I've been doing lately. Another one that I really enjoy that's kind of strange is his name's Riley, and he does ballet shoes. So his videos are he has girls, or I haven't seen a boy yet, has girls come in and he fits them for ballet shoes. Okay. So he says, oh, what's your favorite shoe? What do you like about it? What you don't like about it? And then he has them try on different shoes, and he like puts the cameras like right in front of him and the feet are right here. And he's like, okay, now Susu. And they go into a specific position. He's like, on point. And they go into on point. And he's like, Susu. He's like, now shimmy back. And they shimmy back. And they just kind of stand there, and he looks, he's like, well, I love how your foot hits here and how it hits here. And how do those feel in you? Like, how do they feel to you? Do you have a toe pad on? Do you not have a toe pad on? And that like helps the toes be in there. And they're like, it feels really tight or it doesn't feel tight. And I already, because of TikTok, love ballet stuff, because you'll see the girls who are like, watch me break in my shoes, and they get these brand new shoes and then they annihilate them before they even put them on, because that's just how it works for like point shoes. So I think he's really fun. He got banned for a little bit and it was really sad, but he's back now. I think because he had a child on, but the child's like face wasn't shown. And their parents are there watching, and he travels all around the country and does stuff, but he's based in Orlando.
Does he also dance ballet?
He did ballet, I believe, at some point, but doesn't do it anymore.
Because now my first thought was foot fetish.
Gay man.
Still can have a foot fetish.
On small children is a little weird. Unlike children, yeah.
But my first thought was like foot fetish, and then I was like, he probably did ballet.
He was at ballet, yeah. So I really love that. Trying to think if there's another weird one. Mike's weather page is really good.
Local Mike?
No, I think he's down south, in Florida, down south. He is where I go to for weather, like hurricane weather. Okay. So I really enjoy him for that. I got really into him. Let me see.
Yours are so much more unique.
Mama's Chiro. That's a chiropractic for pregnant women and babies, and it's also
ASMR.
To me, for some reason, it scratches my ASMR.
Yeah.
But like the babies don't hear a crack. Like you don't hear a crack on the baby because it's not.
But on the mama.
Not really. It's not really.
That's what I love.
I do eventually I do like watching those, but this one, it's more like you have a cute baby, and it's just like them talking. How they talk just kind of scratches something. I don't know what it is, but you have the baby, and they go, "Okay, let's do an adjustment on the baby," and they just move the head a little bit, and then they move it a little because you don't have to have much pressure.
Really adjust?
Yeah, and they're like, "Okay, now do," and like they call it the poop button, and there's a button they push on the butt that helps them poop better. And it's just I really enjoy them as well. They're really nice.
What would make a baby need an adjustment? Like, how old are we talking when you say baby?
A couple weeks, months.
What?
It's nothing like crazy, not like they're not cracking the baby's neck, but just like adjusting them. Sometimes they may lean to one side, or if they spit up a lot, that can be like body based. I've learned a lot from that.
Do you think that it's normal? Do you think most women in their first couple of weeks after birth take their babies to a chiropractor?
I don't think it's normal, but I don't think it's not wrong.
I don't think it's wrong.
I don't think it's
like, is that part of normal?
There are women that do it with all their children. Like there are kids that have gone, like some of the kids there have grown up going there since they were babies, and they're toddlers and like teenagers now.
Do you think our two friends who had kids 2 years ago brought their babies to?
No. Okay. And I think you have to be into the chiropractic thing in the first place to do it. I would be intrigued by it.
I would be so scared to let a chiropractor touch my baby.
It's so gentle. I promise. It's super gentle when they do
I'll
it.
Watch it later.
Yeah, it's really good
to watch this people.
Yeah, like so. I have that, and then I guess I'll do my other one, which is there's two more weird ones. So Fermar is I didn't even know what Fermar was a business for. I just remember a couple years ago they were doing like hot guys at work, like the hot guys that worked there, or like here's Dave, and I don't even know what all their names are anymore. And Fermar does. They apparently do like, hair stuff, like bulk salon stuff, like foils and stuff like that. But they have these two guys that they usually interview, and they do Making Our Boss read book talk quotes, and then making our bosses read our Tinder messages, and making our bosses tell us dating advice. And it's really funny, and it makes me really happy, and I really enjoy them. And they'll be like talking about the book talk quotes, and then they'll like slap each other, and then they'll like look in the eyes, and they'll be like, read this book talk quote to me, and it's like, and she asked me to purse her, and like there's all these different things, and like it's just silly, and I enjoy it. And then my favorite TikTok art person, Vivacity, is my ASMR girl. She's my actual ASMR girl
that you've listened to for years.
That I've listened to for years. I fall asleep to her every night, either live or from a YouTube video that she provides. She is my favorite. She's so good. I love her so much. She's just my calm little.
And this is the kind of person who has the microphone and then does like...
Yeah, she does stuff to it. Things. My favorite thing she does is called crisscross. So she does crisscross, applesauce.
What makes the noises? Is it just her talking?
For that one, it's more her talking. Oh, okay. But she has one that she's like, the glasses will come up, like she'll get like little presents and stuff, and she's like, the glasses. And then I really like, she had one for a while that was a clam, so I would always, and there was a clam present, so I would always send her the clam present. She's like the one person I always send stuff to, because she does something for me. Like I do take from her, so like I like to give something. She had a clam for a while, and that was my favorite. It was so good. But she has she does like a spoon. She does I don't like the jelly ones as much. It's like a jelly one that seems like a
she rubs a jelly thing on the microphone.
It's more like it's like a jellyfish, and it like goes over it, and it's like like it's not my favorite, but I'll listen to it. She spoon wax paper, so it's like you have to kind of warm it up, and it's like a lot of clickety clackety. I'm trying to think of some other ones she does. She's my favorite, and I enjoy her. Once a week for St. Patrick's Week, she does Shrek Week. So she like wears Shrek outfits, and for Halloween she dressed up every day. Christmas she'll do outfits for Christmas, and pluck the negativity. So she'll be like, pluck the negative, and she'll pluck the negativity, and it's just, I love her. She's my favorite.
I should get an ASMR mic and just see if
I love it.
Make a business behind that.
It's so good. I think she does well for herself, because she's got YouTube, Spotify, Apple. She does it on everything, and then her lives.
And the gifts send her money, right?
Yeah, she gets like universes every once in a while.
Gets universes?
Yeah, she gets universes are the biggest prize. She's in Canada, which I think is cool too. Yeah, so she's
in Toronto. I
don't know if she's in Toronto. I know she's on the East Coast. She's on late, so she's on at like 11:30ish. On the East Coast. Ish, not on the East Coast, but Easter.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Definitely packed that to you.
Okay, your turn. I talked enough about my weird ones.
Only your weird ones?
Those are really my main weird ones. The rest of them are either going to be...
But you're going to talk about more, right?
Yeah, I can talk about more.
Okay. I don't have weird ones.
That's fine. Just go with what you got. I'll plop mine in whenever you...
Okay, I'll just start with my lifestyle TikToker. Okay. I'm not going to be able to go into much depth.
That's fine.
Like you did. You're really good at that. But my lifestyle TikTokers that I like to watch are, the first one's Sophia Pinella, and
I don't know that I know that one.
Yeah, it's just lifestyle. Like she tells us, she has her own podcast, and sometimes her sister Chooch is on there, and I really like their
dynamic
and dynamic. And she is she doesn't do personal coaching. She has her own company, and she hires coaches to do the personal training virtually. So I think that's really cool. She's a woman entrepreneur, and she has really good style, and she's always sharing her Amazon finds.
Ooh, definitely something we want to jump into eventually once we kind of get that. Yeah. I'd love to do that.
I love her style. She's always getting her nails done, so I like to see
like what her look looks like. And
her and her man just got engaged recently. They moved to Nashville within the last year, got engaged.
So wedding content.
Their relationship is adorable. They're like couple goals.
I love it.
So, Sophia, hey, if you see this, love ya. Remy Bader.
Remy's on my list too. I love Remy.
She's lifestyle and entertainment.
Yeah.
It's hard to...
She's hard to choose because she's hysterical, but I love how real she is.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that.
Her lifestyle.
Yeah.
Brooke, who goes, her at name is Flourishingly Different. I don't know her last name, but her first name's Brooke, and it's just lifestyle. She just shares her getting dressed in the morning for work, what book she's reading. She loves her husband. It's adorable. I forgot what the condition is called, but her forearm and her whatever part of this is called is fused together. She can't extend her elbow. So it's just cool to see how she lives life differently.
Yeah.
But she does great, and I love her style. She's a thrifter. Love that too. She's like a little inspo thrifter. Dana Patterson is like my skin and hair content girly, but it's mainly lifestyle. She just has like the most beautiful hair. She used to be a model, got famous on what was before Twitter, but starts with a T.
Tumblr.
She got
Tumblr
like
girl.
Super big on Tumblr back when that was a thing. Spencer Barbosa and Haley on the Daily.
Spencer Barbosa, is he?
That's a girl.
It's a girl?
Yeah.
There's another Spencer that's a boy that I was thinking about that I enjoy too, but it's more recent.
And I just
you have told me about Spencer Barbosa.
Yeah.
And then I also follow Haley on the Daily.
Spencer Barbosa's she's very coquette.
Adjacent.
Like she loves that style.
Like cottagey core.
Very pinky. Loves pink. Favorite color, like paints her house pink in different accent areas, and it's beautiful. And she's just very pro girls. So I just like, she's a girl's girl.
Yeah, and Haley on the Daily is fantastic as well.
Haley, I've followed her for years now.
Yeah.
And it's so fun to watch her just like adapt to being a new version of her all the time.
Like she glows now. Like she glowed before, but like you can tell every time I see her, she's like more glowy and like more proud of herself.
She seems happier.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that was my last. Oh, and Dylan Mulvaney. I just like seeing her evolution. You know, I started watching Dylan when she started her Days of Girlhood, and then once the year passed, she was like, all right.
Yeah.
So now it's so fun because I saw that she was at the
Wicked premiere. She was with Chris Olsen.
Go, Dylan. I just like that Dylan got to continue succeeding after the whole Bud Light incident.
Like Budweiser thing.
People shooting fucking Bud Light cans like assholes.
Yeah, I know. She was with Chris Olsen. Chris Olsen's one of my favorites, which I have on here. Club Chris. I'm part of Club Chris. Club Chris he had his normal TikTok, and then he had Club Chris, which was like his here are my stupid videos. Like Brittany Broski has like a I'm not Brittany Broski video, and so he made it private, and it's got like a specific group of people in it now that he only opens it up for certain people to come in over time. It's not like a small group of people, but it's still closed off. So yeah, I have Chris Olsen as one of my people, and Club Chris is super fun, and I enjoy him a lot. He went to Wicked, just like Remy did. A lot of good people were at Wicked this time. Yeah, Anna, it's Anna X. I can't remember what. I have a couple of Annas that I follow, but Anna X was there with Brew. I think Brew was with her as well. And there are another couple I follow. A couple of my lifestyle ones are Kayla Jade. She's a S worker in Australia.
Cool.
She's friends with Girthmaster. It's a whole vibe. And she's really fun. And I love that. She's just like proud of what she does, and she's gorgeous and kind and sweet, and she just sits there and counts her money and tells fun stories. She has she calls him Peggy Sue, is one of her ones that she
like clients.
Because he likes to be Peggy Sued.
Oh, got it. He likes to be pegged.
Yeah, so she's really fun. I enjoy her a lot. And then okay, so this one, a lot of mine have Instagram overlap because for a while there I got nervous I still am nervous about TikTok being taken away. So I followed a lot of people on Instagram, also on TikTok, like I've crossed over. So on Instagram, I originally found somebody named Mariana's Pantry, and she did like high protein. You might follow her. She does like high protein food. And so I started following her. That's where I made those yogurt bars that I used to make. But on TikTok, only on TikTok, which I'm sad she doesn't have an Instagram for it, she has Mariana's Reads, and she is one of my favorite book talk girls. She also, her boyfriend's reading Throne of Glass, so she'll do like him reviewing the Throne of Glass. She just got finished reading all the Elsie Silver books and obsessed. Like, she reads a lot of like dark romance and a lot of like mafia romance, which is not my personally my favorite, but she loves like House of God and Monsters is one of her favorite ones that's on my list. She's got quite a few that I have on my list because she wants them, and I just love her personality, and like I just think she's fantastic. Eden is really good. She's also another book talk girl I follow. I really enjoy her. Who else do I have under here? One of my favorite lifestyles is Anna Barger. I don't know if that's how you say her name. And I remember a while ago I found her, and she used to take an older woman in New York City on like a grandmother date. It wasn't her grandmother, but she would take her on a date. And that's how I remember seeing her, and then I kind of lost her for a while. But she's just like this really sweet girl that lives in New York City and like has a good time. She's living in Paris right now for 3 months. Like very much what I wish I could do with my life. And I just think she's a ray of sunshine, and she's so sweet. And she used to do sock of the day, so she has all these fancy little socks that she'll wear with her shoes, and her outfits, like her style's really impeccable.
Love that.
Mary Skinner is another one I really love. She's gorgeous, and if I had a girl crush, it would probably be her. She lives in Scotland now with her husband, who I believe is Scottish. But she also lived in, I believe, D.C. is where she was located. It's dark brown. It might have been red at some point. If you're thinking about a redhead, I might know who you're thinking about, but I can't remember her name. But Mary Skinner is one of my favorites. She was one of the people who got an Oura ring, and that kind of made me start looking into that. And then a couple of my other ones that I have written down were some that are kind of Instagram related. So Allie Provost is, I believe, in DC as well. And she has really girly style, but like impeccable, like very, very cute. And
Very
then
cutesy.
Very cutesy, very demure. History in High Heels is also fantastic. She does work in history. Like she will travel to Europe and like read manuscripts and like do different things, and is very actually based in history. And I really enjoy her. Allison Kutch is married to Isaac, as we call him, Mr. Kutch. They have a little baby, and he used to play. He's played for a couple NFL teams, but I really enjoy her. And then Sarah Way, I believe is her last name now. We used to be Sarah from Pareto. And she would do live cold calling on TikTok. And she'd be like, "Hi, this is Sarah from Pareto. Do you have like 30 seconds of your time?" And she like would post about her selling, and she just started her own business. Sarah from Sarah Selling Sarah. And so she does like cold calling and how to like build your company, and she's really cool. I enjoy her. And then my last two are Kelsey Barbario. I don't know if I'm saying that right. She lives in New York as well. She just got engaged to a guy named Brett, and her style is really cute, and I just love her like happiness, and she works in like social media kind of and does stuff. And then Olivia Shea Style, which I followed from a long time ago. I don't even know if it was TikTok, but I couldn't leave her out because she's just fantastic.
Back when it was Musically.
Back when I think it was just on Instagram was when I started following her. And she lives in New York as well. She used to live in Nashville when I started following her. She lives in New York with her husband. And she's like, she runs marathons a lot, so she's a good like runner. Like she's run I don't know if she's run the New York City Marathon yet, but she's run quite a few marathons. And she does style, she does fashion. She's a really cute dog named Euler. And I just love her, and I've kind of had her on my feed for as long as I can remember. They're kind of my favorites. Next, what else you got?
My next category is entertainment. We have Bunny XO, which is Jelly Roll's wife.
Yes.
I love her. I love both of them. They just came from such like difficult backgrounds, and then now they're thriving, and it's just a fun story to watch and like motivate me to believe that I can literally do anything I put my mind to.
Yeah.
And she's super smart, she's gorgeous, and she has her own podcast that I'm blanking on the name. Dumb Blonde. And I just like to, I don't know, she inspires me.
Yeah.
I like seeing beautiful women do things.
Yeah.
All women, but specifically beautiful ones, because then I get to stare at them. Hannah Berner and the Giggly Squad.
Hannah Berner's a good one.
She's hilarious.
She has a podcast with Paige, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's Giggly Squad with Paige the Sorbo. so love them just because they make me laugh and remind me that women are awesome and better than men.
Yeah.
Call Her Daddy and Alex Cooper for the same reason. She's hilarious. She's smart. She's an entrepreneur. She's just inspirational.
Yeah.
And I just think she's a very good interviewer.
She's a very good interviewer. I just saw her come up say she's reading ACOTAR. She's like, well, we're struggling. I'm reading this.
I know.
She's like, this is fantastic.
I almost commented and said, just wait till you get to book 2. But she's also been putting out a lot more like food content, like trying food. And I don't know why I enjoy it. I just like watching eat. It's so weird.
Mukbang.
I really just enjoy watching people. I'm a psych major. It's in my bones. Meet Cutes NYC.
Meet Cutes NYC is such a good one.
Meet Cutes. It's also inspirational because you just know that love exists.
Yeah, I love Meet Cutes. I love
hearing how people are met.
It's a good one.
You could just meet anybody anywhere.
Yeah.
I love it.
I didn't think about those kind of ones. Like, there's one guy that does I'll pay $5 if you can name every song by this artist. He's really good. And then the guy who does the apartment tours, he's like, how much do you pay for rent in New York? And they're like, I pay this much. But he's done like really cool people, not just like normal people. He's done a couple celebrities as well. He did one lady that's a fashion designer, and her clothes are really cool. And you get to go like into these old New York City apartments that people have owned since like the 70s, and like they're vintagey and cluttered, and like it's really cool. I enjoy his stuff too. I think his name's Caleb as well, but I don't remember who the guy is that does the. I didn't think about that, but those didn't. I came more for like specific people. Yeah, I have a lot of followers. I follow a lot of people.
Favorites, so I had to like. See who I see myself watching the most. As you were saying that, it reminded me of, I don't think I follow anybody who does this, but I used to see videos of people would approach somebody in a nice car and say, hey, how'd you become an entrepreneur? How much money do you make? How'd you become an entrepreneur? And just hearing their lifestyle, it's like, that's super cool.
Yeah, I love that.
And then my last one was Drew Afwalo.
Drew's great. I love Drew.
I love hearing her just
go off,
tear men down because it's shitty men.
Yeah, it's not good men.
There's good men out there.
Seeing her and her fiance, soon to be husband, it's really pretty.
Yeah,
it's really great. Brittany Broski would be one that I would throw in with that kind of group as well. I love Brittany Broski so much. I love her so much.
Broski is who made Drew the Polaroid book.
Yeah. They're like really good friends. It's her, Drew, and then I think his name is Caleb. They've been doing like episodes of podcasts together lately. He's been popping up on stuff.
I gotta follow Brittany and see if
I love Brittany. My favorite thing might be she does something called is it called the Night Court? Or it's not called the Night Court. It's called like, it's something involving court. And she has these 2 big chairs and she sits in like a full crown and like a thing over. And she has whoever these people are come on as like her guest. And one of them, and she's had like Rhett and Link, and I'm a big YouTuber. So like Rhett and Link for me. It's the one guy that I can't remember his name now. One of the Sprouse brothers was on there. Or Dylan. There's been a couple guys. There's another guy that's really familiar. Alona Mar, which would be in this list for me, is a big person for me, and she was on there. And my favorite thing ever is, so they're sitting in the seats, and she's like, "Are you ready to be interrogated? Are you ready for this next part of the thing?" And these big bright lights come on them, and everybody goes. Drew was even on it, and she was like, "Oh my god!" Like, and it's the funniest thing. I have like one of them saved where it goes through every person being like attacked by the light, and it's one of my favorite things. I love. Brittany Broski does the Broski report, and it's like sometimes it's her just crying, and sometimes it's her yelling, and it's the most wild thing in the world. And then I'll throw another person in, Amelia. Now its name is hard for me to.
The chicken
shop date. Yeah. I love Chicken Shop Date. I go viral on Chicken Shop Date comments because I know when they get posted now, so like I'm really good about like if I think of a good comment, I'll say something on it. So I love Amelia, and I think that's really cool.
She's an awesome interviewer.
She's like, it's her for me. Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper, and then the Hot Wings guy.
Oh yeah, he's good.
He's good as well. Yeah. Those are my like 3 favorite interviewers.
I know, I'd like to eventually interview people, and
yeah, It'd be so interesting.
Interviewing.
Yeah.
That was it for my entertainment group.
That's pretty much, I gave you the rest of mine. That was, okay. Yeah, mine are kind of intertwined.
So my last category, I forgot my accent. My last category is education. And these aren't in any particular order, but Dr. John Deloney, first heard about him on the, my God, who's that old dude who got me debt free? Dave Ramsey. First heard of him on the Dave Ramsey show back in like 2020 or probably before that. And he's a psychologist, so he handles calls about relationships and stuff like that. So
I've seen him come up a couple times.
I think he's wonderful to look at. He's intelligent, has tattoos, which are hot. He's just hot and smart. I love me a psychologist because I'm a psychologist. Next is the ADHD Chatter podcast.
Interesting.
They talk about different qualities that people with ADHD have.
That's an interesting one. I'm intrigued by that one. I might have to grab that.
He has a lot of videos that are specific to women. He'll say 25 ADHD facts about women in 30 seconds or something like that. These next three are all lifestyle, but education, and that's Lewis Hose. Is it Hose? Lewis Hose, Jay Shetty, and Mel Robbins.
I've heard of Jay Shetty.
Yeah, they're all podcasters and like lifestyle entertainment people, but they bring on cool people to their podcast, so I like to follow them because of the information their guests bring. So, James is Smiling. They go by they, she, and they are education for me because they speak on LGBTQ plus issues and their own lifestyle and the difficulties of not being cisgendered. Yeah. So that's really cool. It's exposure for me. I try to stay in the know.
Yeah.
Dr. Andre 3001, he teaches me about Black history, suppression, cool. Like current issues in society, specifically related to Black people, but I'm sure he also discusses other marginalized communities. And Victoria Alexander, she's mixed, but so she gives that perspective of a mixed person, suppression with same type of communities, Black community, that's so hard to say, LGBTQ plus and other marginalized communities. So I like to keep a well-rounded TikTok.
I love it.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of other people that I follow that would be educational. Like I follow the pelvic floor doctor, so she teaches me about the pelvic floor and how to do things properly on the toilet for proper exiting and stuff.
Interesting.
Or there's an OBGYN that I follow.
I started following a couple of them lately for, especially like with birth control and that kind of stuff coming up.
And she will speak on the laws too. So she won't just talk about your body, but like how your body is working in government or stuff like that. Or
I've started following quite a few more people.
Government's going to affect our bodies. So that was that.
Yeah, I follow Under the Desk News. It's one of my news ones I have been following lately. I enjoy them. I didn't even think about some of the other ones that I could have included. I'm trying to think of who else. Mommy's Flipping House. I do love her. She was one. Her name's Caroline. She was a British person living in America. She's married to a guy from Massachusetts, and they just moved back to Europe and are living in London now. So I have quite a few, like, I enjoy her a lot. She's she's our age, and she has like 3 kids, and I'm like, oh god, my life could be so different. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, that's wild. Yeah.
I think that's the downfall of being on TikTok, is admiring some of these people so much and wishing that what are we doing with our lives? It's inspirational, but it's also like, are we comparing ourselves?
Like with her, I'm like, oh god, I could have 3 children at this point, and like that could be me. Like, oh my god, it's more like that. Like for any of them, it's like, oh god, I think for me, I take it as inspirational. Another really fun ones. These are 2 more weird ones. Vertical Videos and Fresh Koopa. They do movies or TV shows, but if they were filmed vertically, so they use AI to fill in the screens. I love it. I love it. So I posted a couple of them to my Instagram, like Bridgerton, and just a fuller screen, and I just yeah, it's really cool. I love those.
We're gonna tag all of these people in the comments or something.
I'm gonna figure out a way. I think I was gonna do the Substack, so that'll be my goal while I'm on my trip, is to do a Substack. So I may have you take a picture of it and send it to me, so I have it.
I'll write down everybody's handle.
So I can find it too. It shouldn't be too difficult. So I'll do that and kind of get it out there, because these people are fun. If they ever want us to come on their podcast too, you let us know. We'd love to come and hang out.
Yeah,
we will travel for fun.
Yes, we will.
But
so we just wanted to share some great TikTokers, and please share your favorite TikTokers, because
we always need more.
Yeah.
No
end in entertainment.
Never.
I need it.
I need it all.
I follow many more people than I listed, so.
Yeah. Do real quick, want to do our 1-800 Biotch?
Yeah.
And
let's do Biotch first and then Gouda. Let's start with the shit.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My 1-800 Biotch obviously is the election. It's disappointing to live somewhere that doesn't care for others. And that's how I feel about it. That's how I see the situation, is I don't feel like the other side is caring for others. Mm-hmm. And that's my...
They had some way of justifying
putting a criminal on multiple different counts of things.
Asshole.
Jerk.
Liar.
Manipulator. Like, they're being manipulated 100%. But yeah, for me, that's the biggest thing that I have a hard time with. Mm-hmm. As a woman, specifically feeling scared. I don't even know if I do feel scared to some extent being a woman, because I feel like my rights are taken away from me. Like, I was born with more rights than I have now. But it also makes me angry. Like, I don't get angry very often, but my female rage has been top tier. Make a change.
Angry for the people that it's going to affect. Like, I know it will affect us, but I know it's going to affect
other people more.
So much more.
Yeah. Marginalized communities specifically. Yeah. Black women, Black trans women.
It's going to affect all transgender.
Yeah. Migrants.
Specifically kids, because they can't get the care as early as they would need to really stop some of the hormonal changes.
Yeah.
And I see the perspective on both sides, but
there's ways to stop the hormonal changes without, like, there's ways to do it that aren't the end of the world. Like, are not going to change them if they change their mind.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're not going to change their mind because they know what they need.
We're really hoping that. Hoping that he proves us wrong, and that he.
I don't know that I'm really hoping that he proves me wrong.
I hope that he proves me wrong. I hope that
I don't have any
not being a
jerk,
a terrible president. I hope that the economy only booms. I hope there aren't additional lives lost.
There's already lives lost. That's the crazy part. There's already, like, people that have unalived themselves from it that I've seen.
Yeah, but I can't put that on Trump. I can't blame Trump for that. We can blame America for voting for Trump if we want. I'm not going to blame Trump for that.
Yeah.
People who do that have, as a psychology major, they are struggling mentally, and I wish that they knew that there are people that could help them instead of killing themselves.
Yeah. But yeah, so, like, I have a hard time, because I don't know that I say I want to have hope in him. I have hope in other things, not him. I have hope in other people in that kind of situation. And like I kind of told you guys when we talked about it, this isn't our lesson to learn. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not our lesson to learn. We're on the right side of history, at least. What about your...
Oh, my 1-800 Biotch. On my way over here, I was just behind a really terrible driver.
Oh.
I miss being a passenger.
Especially when you're already feeling cranky and, like, sad. Yeah. It makes it even worse when they're driving like they're idiots.
Yeah. That's all I had to bitch about was I wish everybody
could love each other.
Just drove better.
Like, I just wish everybody would drive better. And you don't have a long way to drive to get over here, so I'm surprised you got behind somebody slow.
Well, this person, I don't there's many ways that I can't stand the way people drive. But when you stop and there's not a stop sign or a red light and you're just stopping, what?
Like, what's
Why
happening?
Are you wasting more of my time? Get out of my way.
Please leave.
Get out of my way. The Trump one thing that's not a 1-800-Biotch or a Gouda, but I'm going to forget to say it. I bought blue nail polish at the Dollar Tree last night.
That's exciting.
And as I was putting it on, I realized that I had red? I had red nail polish on. But I only had red nail polish on because it matched my toes. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, I wonder how many people, I mean, this is just me overthinking. I wonder how many people saw my red nails and thought, she's a Republican. She voted for Trump. She's one of us.
Do you know how many people on TikTok are like, I can never wear red again? I was like, God, I can never wear red again. I have to wear blue for the next 4 years.
I didn't even think about it. It didn't cross my mind until I was painting my nails blue. And I was like, huh.
And then there was a girl who also was like, I had red nails on similar to, she had it on for like an outfit or whatever. And she was like, I went to the store immediately and got that changed. She's like, here's my blue nails. And I was like, that's really funny. I was like, I can never wear red again. I was like, gosh, darn it. I try not to wear too much red, white, and blue because it's just not my vibe. But I'm like, oh, God, I got blue. Lots of blue. My blue.
Yeah.
What about your Gouda moment? Or favorite Gouda?
My favorite Gouda? I had a really fun, busy week. I got to see you multiple times. Mm-hmm. I got to see Melissa and Lexi. Mm-hmm. And it was just a really good week. I liked being busy because sometimes when I'm not busy, I get sad.
Yeah.
And I did have a couple of those moments.
Yeah, we all have those moments.
I love a good cry.
Mm-hmm. I also love a good cry. My favorite Gouda is probably just the support I felt from women this week. Like I posted a TikTok last night that was like, it's the woman who you texted the morning of the election. So like for me, it was having that camaraderie and feeling that I wasn't alone in the ways I was feeling. It was nice to feel that way, especially when your family sometimes doesn't agree with you. It was nice to be able to feel that camaraderie of like, let's talk with our friends and let's support each other. And it was you guys and my friend Lauren and Rivers, and like just being around those people. It was really nice to feel those relationships are strong and to not feel alone. And we can always run away to Virginia if we need to. It's in the back of my head.
I agree, because sitting in church around so many people that, even though I don't know how they voted, there's a lot of people in there that love that pastor who thinks the complete opposite of me, and I just feel like I'm surrounded by people that think differently than me, and it makes me feel like if only they knew. Yeah. They would look down upon me. Yeah. So it was nice. It's so good to have a group of friends that I feel safe with.
Yeah, I feel very safe. It'll be interesting. We'll eventually have a podcast about like kind of Christianity and our different relationships with religion and how that's kind of come about. That could even be like a 2-parter. We could do like one on each of ourselves individually and kind of ask questions back and forth. That would be really good. Rhett and Link do that. They do a deconstruction episode every year. And so every year on the same day so that they can see their different versions of deconstruction as time goes on. So yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Well, I think we're done. Good one. And that's how we end the podcast. I think our next one's going to be virtually done because I'll be out of town, and you'll still be in town, but the next one will be out of town. So it might look a little different next time, but it should still be fun, and it's going to be great. Thanks for joining us today.
I'm super tired.
I'm also really tired. I'm sleepy. I have to go pack.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.